to my beginner's guide to hand embroidery. I don't know if that's the title, but that's what I have right now. So you have a couple options when you're starting hand embroidery. The first is to buy a kit on Amazon, or of course like crafting stores like Michael's or Joann's. Personally, I started out on Amazon, and I can link the first kit that I bought in the description. But usually your kit comes with everything you need to just try it out. See if you like it. If not a big waste. They're pretty inexpensive as well, so I'll list the price also with the link. But what comes in the kit is just a small amount, so just everything you need for one hoop. Or they can come with 2 or 3 hoops. But if you want to just jump right in and kind of get a bigger kit for yourself, you would have to get all of the supplies on your own. So if you're just starting out, I recommend getting a kit with everything in it. Give it a try. If you don't like it, oh well. So the first thing that you need to know is you have some needles. So this is a little container that these came in. I don't know if you can see that, but they come in all different sizes. And what you're looking for really is the length. So you can see these are all even at the bottom, and at the top they aren't. Yeah. So you're looking for the sharpness of the point. Some of them are very dull, some of them are very sharp, and that is dependent on your fabric, which we'll get to later. And then these eyes, let's get these much closer. I don't know if it'll focus, but they also come in different sizes. So I like to get one that's very large, and then it's easier when you're first starting out threading a needle. So you'll want to get some needles. This little contraption usually comes inside of your kit as well. So this is a little threader, and I'll show you how to use that in a little bit. This saves so much time. And then you're usually going to get a hoop in this kit. So I have a couple examples to show you. First, this is an empty hoop. Most of my hoops are full right now, but this is a reusable one. So I use this when I'm embroidering on clothes or fabric that I am not going to be keeping in the hoop. I can take it out of the hoop because it's plastic. So the main part's here, the inside comes out. So you'll see it has like a little ridge in there, and the fabric will go inside of that. So you put this on the inside of the fabric. I'll show you how to do this on another hoop as well. And then this one, I don't know, yeah, has a little ridge that fits inside of the inside. So outside, inside. I don't know if that made sense. So yes, the fabric will be in between the white and the yellow parts. And these come in all different sizes, even different shapes. You have oval hoops, square hoops, things like that. And then there will be some type of contraption on the top to tighten and loosen everything. So yeah, then it will be tighter. So that is really to keep the fabric in place while you're embroidering, or if you have a more permanent hoop. So these are wooden hoops. I already have the fabric inside, but I'm gonna take it out and show you how to put the fabric in a hoop. These are the ones that I would give to people and sell and things like that. So it has a metal tightening agent at the top. I don't know what you call it. And then both pieces, so this is the inside piece, this is the outer piece. See the fabrics in between there? Both are wooden, so people can stain the wood, but this is kind of the generic color that wooden hoops come in. Personally, when choosing fabric, I like to look for 100% cotton, and that's what this is. And I will use old t-shirts. I find that that's pretty good fabric. Also, 100% silk is really nice to embroider on. I'll show you some examples. This is a 100% silk fabric. And I've already embroidered on this one. But it should be the same thing where it's like a drum or a trampoline, something like that, where it's very tight. Now I'm going to show you how to put your fabric inside your hoop. So here I have the smaller hoop. I believe this is a 3-inch hoop. So this is the outside. I've loosened it at the top. That way it can go in and out. This is the inside. It fits right in here. So what I'm gonna do is take the inside piece. Here's my fabric. I already have like indentations on the fabric from where it was, so that helps me know where to place it. But I'm going to place the fabric over top of the inner piece. And then I take the outer piece and go over top of it like this. Okay, so once it's secure, we want to make sure this outer piece isn't too far one way or another. We want it to be directly over the inner piece. Then I'm going to hold these top 2 sections together, hold them pretty tight, because that helps you tighten it as best as you can. And I'm going to twist this at the top. So after that, I will go around the edges and start pulling the fabric to be tighter, because right now, if I can press in, you see that? You see how far that's going in? I should not be able to press that far in. I should touch it and my finger should bounce back. It should be so tight. And then there we have it. It bounces right off. So that is how you put your fabric in your embroidery hoop. So another thing that will come in the kit is embroidery floss. So you'll see it says right here. Come on. It says embroidery floss. So like teeth floss, embroidery floss. And this is what it will look like when it comes. It's like a little, circle here, and then it comes in. This is just like paper, sticky paper wrapped over it. So you can either choose to wrap it up. Some kits come with these, not all of them do. And you can wrap the thread around this little plastic marker and keep it in a box. Or as you see, I have a different storage system going on here. It's not the greatest, but it's what I can do right now with my storage space in my apartment. So an important thing to know about floss is that it comes with 6 strands. So in your kit that you buy, or if you're looking up like a specific pattern online, it will tell you a different number of strands. And that is because you have to pull these strands apart in order to get that number. So I'm just cutting off a little piece of this black embroidery floss that I was showing you. These are fabric scissors. I highly recommend them for embroidery. They are not necessary. I've used other types of scissors, but you're gonna want some type of scissors. So here we have a chunk just cut straight off of a embroidery floss. I forgot what they're called. I'll put it in a caption if I remember. So what I do is I peel it apart a little bit. I just start picking at it with my hands, and then I'll show you. So here we have some different strands. That's what I mean when I say strands. So embroidery floss, usually all the ones that I've seen come with 6 strands. So when a design calls for 2 or 3 strands, you're going to want to pick one out of here. See how it's a little taller than the others? I just picked one strand. I keep 2 fingers pressed together on the embroidery floss, and I will pull this strand out. Done. Boom. 1 strand. So then I try to straighten this piece a little bit more. I'll pick another one out, do the same thing. Keep 2 fingers together on the floss. This just prevents it from tangling. And there are a lot of different products that you can buy to prevent your floss from tangling, but I haven't gotten into that very much. So again, pick 1 strand, keep your fingers together, pull, 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 boom. Okay, and now we've got 3 strands and 3 strands. So these are the ones I just pulled out. How to thread a needle. So we're going to use the threader here, and I have a needle handy. So first, what I want to do is put this threader through the needle. I hope, let's do this. Can you see that? It's very difficult to see. But this is what it looks like. It's like a little triangle shape, and it's very flexible. So I'm going to put that through, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now we have this. Then I'm going to get my 3 strands, and with this triangle here, I'm going to put my 3 strands through the triangle, just a little bit, doesn't need to be too much, and just kind of pull, that way they're a little bit close together. So now here's what we're looking at. And then I will pull the needle off of the threader, keeping the threader still, and the needle moves. Boom. So the thread moves from the threader into the needle. And there you have it. So what you're going to want to do at this point is tie off the end. Make a little knot at the end. I do 2 or 3 knots depending on the fabric that I'm using and how many strands I'm using. And then you can start embroidering. So the 2 portions of the kit that you can buy that are really unique to a kit would be the printed pattern on the fabric, and it usually comes with an instruction booklet. So as you can see, this is a hoop I purchased separate from the fabric, and there's no pattern on this, it's just fabric, which means I have to somehow put a pattern on this, or I can just freehand embroider it. I don't do that, I use patterns. So when you buy a kit, it comes with a printed pattern on your fabric. It comes with usually blue printed ink, and it will wash out after you embroider the fabric. So you can just rinse it underwater and the ink goes away. That way, if you make any mistakes, especially as a beginner, there are lots of mistakes. It's a big learning curve, but it can wash away. And the instruction booklet usually tells you how many strands to use, what type of stitch you're doing, and how to do that stitch, either with words or with pictures, which are super helpful. So that is pretty much everything for a beginner starting to hand embroider. Check out all the links in the description box. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, or you can check out my Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. All of that will be linked below. I do have embroidery accounts, so you can see what embroidery I'm up to at this point. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.